Yeah, we back now. Hopefully this video doesn't get hit with any copyright strikes, but today we're going to talk about what's going on between Joe Budden and Drake. Now, in case you didn't know, recently Drake dropped, his 17th, his 38th album. I don't even know how many albums and projects that boy got, man. Listen, Drake is on his 1700 album, so he recently dropped a project, and I'm hearing it's some garbage. I'll be honest with you. I'm hearing it's some hot garbage. I'm going to be real. That's what the streets are saying. And Joe Budden, as we already know, media personality Joe Budden, he was giving his opinion on the album. And I'm going to play some clips from the podcast where Joe Budden was giving his review on the album, and then I'm going to jump into Drake's response to Joe Budden. And then we're going to jump into Joe Budden's response today on his podcast. So, not wasting no time. Jump into the footage. I'm going to come back on my commentary. Let's go.
This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's my... Yo, dog, I had to look up how old this was when I finished listening to the album. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You will be 37 years old. Get the away from some of these younger niggas and stop these 25-year-olds. I'm listening to the album. Yo, you're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it.
All right, we back. Now, I just want to say, Drake is what, 38 years old, he said? If he says Drake is a 38-year-old billionaire as he claims, right? What exactly is wrong with Drake dealing with the young, beautiful women? Joe Budden said, stop dealing with the 25-year-olds or whatever like that. Drake is 36 years old. What is wrong with a young gentleman in the prime of his life, in his mid-30s, with so much money in the bank that he'll never have any time to spend it? What is wrong with him dealing with the 25-year-olds? That part of the discussion, I feel like Joe Budden, you was kind of hating. You was kind of hating, bro. You was kind of hating. I got to be honest with you was kind of hating. And I don't even listen to Drake, to be honest with you. I'm not defending Drake. I have not listened to a Drake song, voluntarily searched up a Drake song in at least 7-8 years, to be honest with you, bro. At least 7 years. I don't listen to Drake, but I had to be honest. That part right there, it sounded like some hating. It sounded like some hating, bro. It sounded like some hating. And we got to understand where Drake is at in his career. Drake is not just, somebody in the studio writing raps. Drake is a multinational corporation, like a living, breathing multinational corporation with many hands in the pot, many people that he got to feed, many corporations eating off the Drake brand. So when he gets in the studio, he's not just making music just for the love of the game. He's making music because he's trying to hit a certain benchmark. He's making music because he's trying to hit a certain profit margin. He's not just, doing it for the love of the game. Like, nah, brother, nah. Drake is doing it for the money, bro. Drake is doing it for the money. Drake is doing it for the power and the prestige and the numbers. So at the end of the day, that's why me personally, I don't listen to Drake, because I understand he is not a true artist doing it for the love of the game. He has a factory of musicians, songwriters, producers, feeding him hit records. That's why he stays on top of the charts. So at the end of the day, man, Drake is an excellent businessman. But, when it comes to the music, I'm not really interested, bro. I'm not really interested. But anyways, Drake responded to Joe Budden the other day, and he said this. Take a look up on the screen. And Drake did not come with any subliminals. You see at the top, he said, at Joe Budden, you have failed at music. Yo, boy. He said, Joe Budden, you have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip, because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching it, just remember, you are watching a failure. You are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. Now, I just want to say, I respect Joe Budden as a media personality, as a black man on a microphone. I respect Joe Budden, and hopefully one day my platform can be as big as Joe Budden's. So when I laugh at this shit, I'm just genuinely laughing. I have no problem with Joe, but I respect Joe Budden. I respect Joe Budden, and hopefully one day I can be in his spot. Now, let's continue. Drake went on to say, you are watching a quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check. And the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty jeans to screw up their face to Mood Music 29 and pretend that you are the GOAT. God damn. Now listen, but the difference between Joe Budden and Drake is Joe Budden was really doing it for the love, bruh. Joe Budden was doing it for the love. And I spoke on this before when I spoke about the music industry. Listen, if you're going to be an artist that does it for the love, you need to have different revenue streams. You need to have different streams of revenue, because if music is going to be your #1 revenue stream, you're going to have to do what Drake does. You're going to need songwriters, producers, ghostwriters, everything, bruh, everything, because Drake, like I told you, Drake is a multinational corporation. He's not doing it for the love. But if you are doing it for the love, then that's going to be what it is. You're going to be performing for a bunch of dudes in dusty jeans, living check to check, driving a goddamn, Mazda or some shit like that. You're not going to be driving a Ferrari. You're not going to be driving a Rolls Royce. But like I said, when you're doing art for the love, you are not doing it for the paycheck. Drake is doing it for the paycheck. Drake is doing it for the mansion. Drake is doing it for the goddamn Rolex. Drake is doing it for the gold chains and the women and the money and the power. He's not doing it for the love. It is what it is, though. Let's continue. Drake went on to say, please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, do not let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You're retired and we never hung up your jersey and we don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap. Not because you accomplished all that you need to, it's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generations to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact that I did and continue to do everything that he wanted to do for himself. If you need to put in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. Now, listen, this is where I got to give Drake some pushback. Listen, Drake, I know you got, listen, bro, I know you got that you got so much money stashed up in the safe that, like I said, you'll never be able to spend it in one lifetime. Joe Budden, listen, bro, he got some money too, bro. Joe Budden, he got the Israeli manager and the Israeli lawyers, and he got the Mercedes, the two-door coupe. He doing this thing for a black man in America. Let's keep it real. Joe Budden is doing this thing for a black man in America. We're not going to downplay what Joe Budden has built. Like I said, as a black man on a microphone, one day, hopefully, I can build my platform to the level of Joe Budden. So I respect what he's built independently. I repeat, independently. Drake, listen, I know you got that money, but you are signed to like 1,700 different men. You got like 17 different bosses, okay? You got so many hands in your pockets. That's the reason why you cannot do music for the love anymore, because you are so tied up. You got so many different people with their hands so far up your ass. You cannot do music for the love. You are doing music for the numbers and the money, because due to the fact that you got 1,100 different bosses, listen, you got to put up them numbers every single time. So you cannot afford to do music for the love anymore. So we never going to downplay somebody like Joe Budden, who, like I said, is operating independently, built what he built from the ground up. He don't got to answer to nobody. You got to answer to like 17 different people, bro. So relax, calm down. We never going to downplay the independent millionaire black man. We never going to downplay that ever. Now, let's continue. Before we jump into Joe Budden's response to Drake, I just want to play an old video. This got to be from at least like 14 years ago, something like that, when Drake first came on the scene. And I think that Joe Budden was the one behind the camera who filmed the video. And it's crazy how things change, because back in the day when Drake first came on the scene, he was paying homage to Joe Budden. He was like, man, you the king, you the GOAT. Listen, anyways, man, I'm playing footage and we're gonna come back with the commentary. Let's go.
I'm happy. I'm honored. I'm honored to be around you, man. This is the first time.
Yo, come on.
Okay, so I can't be honest on your network here. I can't be honest to your fans and say I'm honored to be around you. We all used to listen to you, so I don't need. You need to take. You need. That's what you need. You need to learn how to take compliments.
I think I take compliments.
No, you don't take compliments well. You think everybody bullshitting you.
I'm jaded, right?
I got this. Man, I'm genuinely saying it's an honor to be around Joe Budden. It's the first time we've met. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, formally.
Now, keep in mind, Drake is an actor. So we don't even know if that interaction was genuine. He could have been acting, trying to butter him up, we got to keep in mind he was literally an actor. This dude could transition into any type of character. Remember a few years back, he became a Jamaican? Man, Drake came out a few years ago. Controller. So we don't even know if Drake was keeping it real or if he was just, in his acting bag during that video. But like I said, you cannot be up on the mountaintop high and mighty and trying to talk down on the next black man when you was literally, paying homage, genuflecting in front of that black man 10 years ago. You gotta relax. You gotta relax, big bro. You gotta relax. But anyways, I'm gonna jump into Joe Budden's response to Drake in his podcast earlier today. And we're gonna come back with the commentary. Let's go.
Some nice ass cribs in the 973.
I don't know
what the fuck he talking about.
It's $20 and $30 million houses in the 973. I mean, they might not be his house, but it's cool.
And this is just where now I had a lot to talk about. This is Drake. You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of people attempting to spin the narrative that I'm a hater. The problem with this is you can't unqualify me because I was qualified before you were a thing. when I sit on this couch and talk, I speak from the position of one of the best rappers in the world at all times. I speak like that's what I was. I speak like that's what I am. I speak like that is what I will always be. I get how that could be confusing for some of y'all because there is no metric to support it. There's no metric to support that. But what I mean by that is any room, anywhere, anybody, for years. Ask your cousin. It's well documented what I do. I feel this way and speak this way because all of the best rappers in the world have told me to my face. So then he jumps in my DMs.
You lying.
Really?
I ain't lying. Get some water. I can't tell you what it said.
Oh.
Because I didn't listen to it.
Oh, shit. Why not?
You got to speak to me with love.
Do you want to play it?
No.
Never.
That ain't me.
Oh.
If I was one of these clout chasing ass niggas, that is exactly what I come in here to do. But I'm too thorough at my core and my soul.
So you haven't listened to it either?
No. Mm-mm.
Huh.
Protecting energy is a thing.
I overstand that.
You niggas don't talk to me when I come in here and give it up and big y'all up. Y'all don't talk to me when I say favorable things any other time. Don't fucking talk to me now. And with the way you niggas appear to feel about hip-hop media, who the fuck are y'all that y'all think y'all should still be granted the luxury of our dishonesty? So anyway,
yes, you say all of that publicly. Don't hit me behind the scenes on some other buddy shit.
Okay.
Take a chill pill, Anthony. Have a drink. Throw on some instrumentals. Maybe write one of those fellas. Do your thing, let me do my thing joints for old time's sake. A little radio play would do you some good, papa.
That's what he said to you?
Who said that?
Drake said that. Do y'all hear that?
To you?
That's what I'm saying. Yes. I don't know if people know that about me, that this type of stuff don't work on me. But it's fine.
I didn't even understand that.
I'm lost.
I also don't care if you like or dislike something, but don't talk about my life and shit like you trying to plant some seed or paint some narrative and turn people against me. Okay. Talk about the music. If you hate it, you hate it. But you talking about I'm out here fucking 25-year-olds. That shit feels malicious to me, and I don't do well with that. Your nerd co-host can sit and talk about gangster this and that, but you know how we get down, so keep it journalistic, jabronis. I never even read the end of that. Jabronis.
Now, Drake hopped in Joe Budden's DMs and he was like, oh, say some shit about getting on the radio. Listen, Drake, like I told you, Joe Budden, he don't need the radio, bro. He don't need the radio, man. He's made way more money hopping on a microphone speaking his mind than he ever made in the studio writing no raps. He made way more money independently just hopping on a microphone talking his shit than he ever made in the studio trying to write some hits. And I'm telling you right now, as somebody that's only been on YouTube for about a year, basically a year, I'm telling you right now, this is the type of content people enjoy. I'm telling you, Drake, if you hopped on a microphone, you started a podcast, you started a YouTube channel, whatever it was, I'm telling you, brother, you would make crazy bread. You would make crazy bankroll. You would have crazy ad dollars. Yo, do not talk down on what Joe Budden has built, because I guarantee in 10 years, 15 years, you probably gonna see Drake with his own podcast, his own show, his own, I'm telling you, I guarantee you Drake is gonna hop in the same lane later on in his career. I'm telling you, I bet money on that, because it just is what it is, bro. It just is what it is. I feel like apart from when Joe Budden was talking about Drake smashing the 25-year-olds, besides that, he kept the critique on the music. He did not go into finances. He didn't go into, personal jabs. I feel like Drake kind of just sidestepped the conversation and just went straight personal jabs, talking about you broke, you can't fly first class, I got a jet, you're not on the radio, you a failure, you failed at the music, now you a podcaster. Come on, brother. You ain't have to do all that. You ain't have to do all that, bro. Joe Budden is one of the most successful black men in America, bro. He's up in that tax bracket, so we're not gonna shit on our brothers that built themselves up from the ground up, bro. We're not gonna do that, bro. We're not gonna do that. So I feel like my analysis on the situation was very, balanced. I feel like in different circumstances, I defended both Drake and Joe Budden. I see both sides of the game. I understand both sides of the game, man. But listen, brothers, we don't gotta. Come on, man. Come on, man. Keep it on the music, bro. Keep it diplomatic. We don't got to shit on each other, talk about our personal finances, talking about, you know, I got a jet, I'm on a jet, you broke, you this and that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, let's keep it cordial. Let's keep it cordial and understand that it ain't even that deep, man. It ain't even that deep, bro. Drake, if the album was garbage, the album was garbage, bro. Like, it probably was garbage. I haven't listened to an album of yours since I was, like, in college, bro. And I ain't been in college in years. So, yeah. You know, you fell off a long time ago in my eyes, to be honest. Once it came out that you had a whole factory, you had a whole sweatshop of dudes in a sweatshop writing songs for you, I was gone, my nigga. I'll be honest with you. I was gone from that moment, bro. I never fuck with you ever again. I'll be honest with you. I never played your music ever again, dog. But when I say that, I'm not saying that I don't respect Drake the businessman, because Drake got a hell of a business acumen. Even though he signed to 1,100 different people, Drake is a hell of a businessman. Drake is a hell of a businessman, bro. So I respect Drake the businessman. Drake the rapper, I don't really rock with Drake the rapper, because Drake don't be writing his raps. Drake the artist, man, superstar, legend. But Drake the businessman, yeah, I fuck with that. Drake the rapper, I don't fuck with that. But anyways, man. Anyways, brothers, relax, man. Peace it up, man. Peace it up, bro. Peace it up, man. Call each other behind the scenes. Peace it up, man. Stop going back and forth, man. It's your boy Neferkar Desaline back in the building. Yes, indeed. Cash App up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace.
Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling attention. Enemy watching me blocking my vision. Been for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This is an art and they could never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands, cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.